How much sleep do you get?
So, ever since I got the Whoop, right, that tracks your sleep, it's so weird because I would overestimate, or I guess, well, not overestimate. I would just be over on how much of sleep I was getting because I would count, when I would get in bed from the time I got in bed until the time I woke up. But this thing right here actually tracks when you fall asleep. So I usually get about 6 to 7 hours of sleep per night right now. But I do think once the bulk starts, we're going to have to up that a little bit. We're going to have to really prioritize the rest and recovery. But I'll add this too. When I can, usually Sundays, since it's the Sabbath, right, and the day of rest.
Amen.
I usually try and get a nap in on Sunday, and I usually call it a gains nap because that's the purpose of it during bulking season.
How many days a week do you train?
So right now, it sounds crazy, but I've been doing 6. Just because I've been doing 6 because I have the time right now, and I just love training so much. I enjoy it so much. I just love to train. Jay Cutler used to say this all the time. I just love to train. And so, it's purely from an enjoyment perspective right now, and that plays a huge factor in why I'm training 6 days. But once we start the bulk in a couple weeks, we're probably going to do 5 days a week. And I'll probably do, the split will look something like, Monday's always International Leg Day, as I always say. Tuesday's International Chest Day. And then I'll probably do back Wednesday. We'll do legs again Thursday, rest day Friday, and then shoulders Saturday. And then we'll mix in biceps and triceps with one of the upper body days or 2 of the upper body days, depending on how we're feeling. But you got to remember that training, burns calories, and you're training an extra day, that's more calories burned. And being an ectomorph, it's so like we were talking about, it's so hard for me to build muscle. And you gotta factor that in, because you gotta basically, I feel like you gotta have two days of just rest and eating during the bulk. So 5 days during bulking season, and sometimes 6 days during cutting season, to answer